Hello ladies and gentlemen, in today's video you will learn top 10 animations to improve your PowerPoint presentations. So first we will start with simple click animations, after that we'll add a little bit of bounce into your animations, after that we will look at the delayed animations, and next I'll show you how you can use the auto reverse option. Alright, next you'll learn how you can create these beautiful trigger animations, and after that we will dive deep into the world of morph transition. And next I'll show you how you can combine the draw animation together with custom motion paths to create this awesome scribble effect. After that we'll be inserting GIFs and videos into PowerPoint to create this beautiful birthday slide. And next we will take a look at a little bit more advanced animation techniques such as masked animations. And finally we will explore the 3D model animation possibilities in PowerPoint. Alright my friends, so let's jump into PowerPoint, and I'm jumping into PowerPoint Microsoft 365, that's the version I'm using. And now we can start with click animations. And by the way, if you are just starting your PowerPoint journey, if you are new to PowerPoint, I would recommend watching this tutorial first, Beginner's Guide to Microsoft PowerPoint. After watching this tutorial, it will be much easier to follow today's tutorial on animations. And if you already have some PowerPoint experience, that's super awesome, and let's keep on going. So let me open up the animation pane, and as you can see on slide number 2, we already have some animations. So let me duplicate slide number 2. And on slide number 3, let me select all of those animations and let me remove them so that we can start from scratch. And as you can see, if we would play the presentation right now, the whole slide content is visible right away because there are no animations. So let me show you how we can reveal these bubbles one by one. So first of all, let's make sure that all of the shapes and elements on the slide are grouped into separate groups. This way it will be much easier to add animations. As you can see in the selection pane, I have created a bunch of groups. And now we can select all of these guys while holding down the Shift key. Okay, let's make sure that all of these groups are selected. And now let's go to animations and let's choose fade animation. Of course, you can choose any animation that you wish. As you can see, now we have some animations in the animation pane. And at the same time, you can see that this first animation starts on click. So let's make sure that all of these animations start on click. Okay, that's beautiful. So now all of these animations have these little mouse icons. And as you can see, here is the order of the animations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you wish, you can change the order of your animations in the animation pane list. But in my case, I think everything is correct. So let's keep it the way it is and let's check it out on the full screen. Okay, so let's click once. We get the first step, the second step, the third step, the fourth one, the fifth one, and the sixth one. Super duper awesome. Alright my friends, you're doing wonderful, and now let's continue with bounce and animations, and this is how these animations look like. As you can see, these are flying animations with a little bit of bounce at the end. So let's duplicate slide number 4, and on slide number 5, once again, let me remove all of these animations so that we can start from scratch. And once again, let's select all of these groups, and now let's go to animations, and this time let's pick flying animation. Okay, we can choose direction, let's choose from left. Okay. And as well, we can change the animation duration. Let's make it 1 second and let's preview the animation. As you can see, currently everything is flying from the left side. So let's make sure that we select these guys on the right side and change the flying direction from right. Alright, so let's check out the animations once again, and now the flying directions are looking beautiful. Now let's make sure that we select all of the animations and let's make sure that all of them are starting on click. That's beautiful. Now once again, let's select all of the animations, let's right click and let's choose effect options, and as you can see here we have 3 sliders: smooth start, smooth end, and bounce end. So let's make sure that we adjust the bounce end, and let's for example insert 0.8 seconds. And this will give us this kind of bounce end effect at the end of the flying animation. Okay, so let's check it out on the full screen. Let's click once to get the first step with a little bit of bounce end, and let's keep on clicking until we get 6 beautiful bubbles with bounce end flying animations. That's super awesome. And by the way, if you'd like to see more bounce and animation examples, feel free to watch this video on Blueprint Animation. A link is in the video description. Alright, and now let's continue with animation number 3, and that is delayed animation. So in delayed animation, some of the elements are being animated with a little bit of delay. So as you can see in the animation pane, we have this little waterfall effect, and that is because some of those animations have delays. So let me show you how that works. Let me just remove all of the animations so that we can do it step by step. And the first thing that we have to take care of is to break apart our illustration into separate objects. And to save some time, I have already created all of the separate groups that we need. And usually when you insert an illustration into PowerPoint, you can ungroup it and then group it into different parts. And as well, I have renamed all of these groups in the selection pane. I have given them numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, So basically these numbers represent the order in which I would like these different groups to be animated. So let me bring back all of these separate groups into one illustration, and now let's jump into the animation pane, okay? And now we can just drag with our mouse to select all of these separate groups, and let's choose, for example, flying animation. Let's choose direction from top. Here it is, that's beautiful. And now let's make sure that duration is 2 seconds. Okay, let's jump into the effect options and let's add a little bit of bounce end of 1.5 seconds. All right. And if we would play the animations right now, we would see that all of the animations are happening at the same time. We're getting these beautiful bounce end animations, but all of the groups are being animated at the same time. So this is where the animation delays come in. Okay. So let's make sure that we select this second group. And now for the delay, let's add 0.1 seconds. Okay. And now for the group number 3, let's add 0.2. And let's keep on adding these little increments until we get to the bottom of the animation pane list. Okay. And now if we would preview the animations, we would see that all of the animations are happening at the same time, but with slight delays, which makes this kind of beautiful waterfall animation effect. That's super awesome. And if you would like to see more delayed animation examples, I recommend watching this video as well. Alright, and now let's keep on going. So the animation number 4 is auto reverse animation. Here it is. And the auto reverse option is available on some of the animations in PowerPoint, and this option helps you to reverse the animation. Basically, it helps you to bring back your object to its starting position. Okay, so let's start with a new slide without any animations. Let's make sure that this robot is selected, and now let's go to add animations and let's choose a motion path animation, and this time let's choose line. Alright, we can as well adjust the direction of this motion path. Let's make it right, and by clicking on this red bubble we can adjust how far this robot will go to the right side. Looking good. And now let's jump into the effect options. Here we have smooth start, smooth end. We want to adjust that. But most important, let's click on this auto reverse checkbox, and in the timing as well, let's choose until the end of slide. So now this robot should be sliding right and left until the end of time. Okay, so let's check it out on the full screen. Okay, so as you can see, the robot is moving right and left, and he is always coming back. We can adjust the duration of this animation. Let's make it 1 second, so this animation should be looking faster. Okay, looking good. Alright, so now you know how you can use the auto reverse option for motion paths, and if you'd like to see more auto reverse animation examples, check out this video. Alright my friends, let's keep on going, and next we have animation triggers. So let's check out this animation once again on the full screen. And now we can basically click on any of these little bubbles and we will get the names of the capital cities of the world. So that's super awesome, and let me show you how you can create these animation triggers. So once again, let me duplicate the current slide and remove all of the animations so that we can do it together step by step. And let me zoom in so that we can better see what's going on. Okay, so in the selection pane I have renamed some of the shapes. So this rounded rectangle is the Berlin label and this little circle is the Berlin pin. Okay, so I would like to animate this Berlin label, and I would like to add a trigger. Once we click on this little circle, only then the Berlin label should appear. So let me show you how we can do that. So first, let's just add a simple fade animation to this Berlin label. Alright. Starting on click, and now let's go to trigger drop-down menu and let's choose Berlin pin, which basically is that little yellow circle. So once we click on this little circle, the Berlin label should appear. So let's test it out. Okay. So once we click on this yellow circle, we get the Berlin label. That's super awesome. And now let's check what happens if we click again. So basically this label is just reappearing. So let me show you how we can close the label if we click again. So once again, let's make sure that the Berlin label is selected. Let's go to add animation. And this time let's add one more animation, which is fade exit animation. Let's make sure we drag it to the trigger animation group. Okay. And now we should be able to open up the Berlin label with the first click. And with the second click, we should be able to close it. So let's check it out. Everything is working fine. Super duper awesome. Alright, and in the same way, you can add these animation triggers to the rest of the capital cities. And if you'd like to see more animation trigger examples, feel free to watch this awesome video that me and Tyler have created together. Check it out, link is in the video description. Alright my friends, and now let's jump into the world of Morph transition. This one is really a fun one, because it's actually not an animation. As you can see in the animation pane, there's no animations, but the magic is in the slide transition. We'll be using the Morph slide transition, and Morph will do all of the animations. So that's a super duper awesome transition if you have PowerPoint 2019 or later. Okay, so as you can see in one slide, this lamp is yellow, and in the first slide is just gray, and Morph transition does all of the magic. And now let me grab this slide with these gray illustrations, okay, and let's make a duplicate so that we have two identical slides. And on the duplicate, let me reduce the size of all of these illustrations. Let's bring them downwards just like that. And for this lamp, let's make it bigger. We can group it, make it bigger, and then ungroup it because we want to rotate this headlamp just like that, okay. So now we should have two slides. So the first slide looks like this and the second slide. And on the second slide, let's make sure that we choose Morph transition and let's give it a preview. And as you can see, the lamp is growing and at the same time, the head of the lamp is rotating. That's super awesome. And all of that is thanks to Morph transition. And by the way, we can reduce the duration of the Morph transition. And this way the animation will be much faster. And as well, feel free to change the colors of your illustrations. Morph transition will do the rest. And as you can see, without using a single animation in the animation pane, we have made this lamp grow, rotate, and change its color. So this is how powerful the Morph transition is. Alright, so now you know how you can use the Morph transition to animate your slides. So basically, you just have to move around your objects. You can resize them, rotate them, change their color, and Morph transition will do all of the animation. So as you can see, the Morph transition opens up a whole new level of possibilities in PowerPoint. If you'd like to learn more on how to use Morph to animate your slides, check out this video as well. Link is in the video description. Alright my friends, and next from the world of Morph transition, we jump to the world of drawing animations combined with motion paths. So let's check out this awesome scribble animation once again. So the pencil comes in and it draws this rainbow scribble around the slide title. Okay, so for now let me delete this pencil and this rainbow scribble. Okay, so the animation pane list is empty. And now let's go to Draw tab and let's pick a pencil. For example, this rainbow one, you can choose your color, okay, and you can choose the thickness of your pen, okay. And now you can just click and drag to draw anything that you wish, just like that. And for me personally, it's easier to draw when I'm moving my mouse faster, just like that. Alright, let's select the mouse cursor once again, and now we can resize this drawing if we wish. But let's keep it the way it is, and now let's jump to animations and let's pick this replay animation. Let's give it a preview. And as you can see, PowerPoint gives us a replay of this drawing animation. That's super awesome. We can adjust the duration, make it faster. 1 second. Looking good. Alright my friends, and next let me show you how we can add this pencil to our slide. And before doing that, we have to fix its center of rotation. As you can see now, it's rotating like that, and we would like the rotation center to be where the tip of the pencil is. So first of all, let's activate the slide guides so that we can see where the center of the slide is. Okay, let's move the pencil just like that. That's good. And now let's insert a circle. Okay, so let's go to Insert, Shapes, and let's choose a circle. We can start from the center, hold down the Ctrl-Shift key to draw a perfect circle. Let's make sure it covers the pencil. And now let's select the circle, select the pencil, and hit Ctrl-G to group. And now as you can see, we have a new rotation center. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And now let's just hide this white outline of the circle. It doesn't have to be visible. So let's just make sure that we select the circle, and for the line, let's choose no line, okay? So now we have an invisible circle and a pencil grouped into one beautiful group. That's awesome. Now let's copy this pencil with this invisible circle and let's paste these guys into our slide. We can rotate the pencil a little bit and let's position it at the beginning of this rainbow scribble. Okay? And now we'll have to make this pencil follow this scribble, and for that we can use a custom motion path. So let's make sure that the pencil group is selected. Let's go to Motion Paths. And let's choose a custom motion path, okay? And now we can just hand draw a custom motion path and follow this rainbow scribble just like that. Double click at the end to finalize. And now let's make sure that both of these animations have the same duration, 1 second, so that everything is synchronized. And let's make sure that the motion path animation is starting with previous together with the draw animation. And in the motion path animation options, let's remove smooth start and smooth end because the drawing animation doesn't have smooth start and smooth end, and we want everything to look synchronized. Okay, so let's check it out on the full screen, and once we click, we're getting this beautiful scribble animations. Congratulations! And to make it even more fun, we can add a flying animation to this pencil. Okay, let's select it, let's go to animations, and let's choose a flying animation, but don't make this mistake that I just did. If you want to add additional animations, choose this button, add animation. This way you'll add additional animations. So once again, let's choose flying animation. Let's bring it to the top of the animation pane list. Okay. Now the ink animation can start after previous, so after the pencil flies in. Okay, it looks like this. And now for the pencil flying animation, I think we can add a maximum smooth end so that this pencil slows down a little bit before starting to draw, just like that. Okay, and now let's select the pencil and let's add one more animation, and this time let's add an exit flout animation. Let's make sure it starts after previous, let's choose direction to left. Okay, and this time let's choose maximum smooth start. So it starts slowly and then it goes faster when it exits, just like that. Alright my friends, now you know how you can combine draw animations together with custom motion paths to create awesome scribble effects. And if you'd like to learn more techniques on how to use custom motion paths to animate your slides, check out this video, link is in the video description. And now let's continue with the next animation, animation number 8. And it's all about GIFs and videos in your slides. So on this slide, as you can see, we have these little glowing little flames. These are vertical grow shrink animations, and let's focus on GIFs and videos. So once I click on this cake, we get this firework animation, which is a GIF animation. And once I click on happy birthday text, we are getting this confetti video overlay. So let me show you how we can do all of that. First of all, let me just duplicate the current slide. Let's delete the video, let's delete the GIF. Okay. And in the animation pane, as you can see, we have these 3 grow shrink animations. So these are just vertical grow shrink animations set to 70% with a little bit of smooth start and smooth end. Okay, and with a little bit of delay. And now let's focus on GIF. So you can find GIFs on websites such as giphy.com. Let me just right click and copy this GIF. Let's get back to PowerPoint and let's paste it right here. That's beautiful. We can resize this GIF and let's place it wherever we want. For example, right here. Let's move it a little bit to the right side. And this is how this GIF is looking like some fireworks, looking beautiful. And by default, GIFs would autoplay once you play the presentation. So let's just add an appear animation. And let's make sure that this appear animation will be triggered only once we click on the cake. So I have renamed this illustration to cake. Okay, so now as you can see, the GIF is not visible unless we click on the cake, which is a trigger to this GIF animation. And this is how it works. Super duper awesome. Alright, and next let me show you how we can create that beautiful video overlay. So for that, let's just use stock videos provided by PowerPoint. And let's search for some dark video, for example, this dark confetti video. Here it is. Let's click insert. Alright, so let's make sure that this video covers the whole slide. We can use the Ctrl+Shift keys to resize this video. Okay, let's send it to back. And now let's select this purple photo. Let's send it to back as well so that this video is visible just like that. And as you can see, PowerPoint has automatically inserted these 2 animations once we inserted the video. So let me just remove these animations so that we can start from scratch. And the first animation that I would like to add to this video clip is flying animation. So let's make sure that the video is selected. Let's go to animations and let's choose flying animation. Let's choose direction from top. Okay. And let's add a trigger. Okay. So let's make sure that once we click on this happy birthday text box, only then this video will appear. So let's choose a trigger on click off and let's choose happy birthday text box. Okay. So let's give it a preview. So first let's try clicking on this cake and the GIF is still working, that's good. And now let's click on happy birthday and now the video comes. And we still have to make this video play and we have to add some transparency. So let's make sure that the video is selected, and now let's add a second animation. Let's choose the play animation, here it is, and now let's drag it down to this happy birthday trigger animation group. Okay, let's make sure that the play animation starts with previous. And now let's add one more animation to this video. Let's add transparency animation. Once again, let's drag it to the happy birthday group. Let's make sure it starts with previous, and in the transparency animation options we can set the desired transparency level, so let's set it to 70% and let's click OK. Alright, so now let's give it a preview, and as you can see now the video is playing and it has some transparency, so let's check it out on the full screen. And now once again let's first click on cake and enjoy these little fireworks, and once we click on the happy birthday text box we're getting this beautiful video overlay. Super duper awesome. And if you'd like to learn more about using GIFs in PowerPoint, you can check out this video as well. In this video, I have used GIFs to animate this little character. That's awesome. Alright my friends, you're doing wonderful, and now let's jump to animation number 9, and it is a masked animation. Let me show it on the full screen. So as you can see, once we click, this bottle gets filled with water. And basically here in the background we have a mask with a hole inside. And behind that mask we have these two blue shapes that, represent water. And this way we can create this animation. So let me show you how it works. Let's duplicate the current slide, and on the duplicate let me select everything. Let me just deselect the title, subtitle and this logo. And let's delete the rest of the elements. I'll make it simple. And let me just grab this bottle from the previous slide, okay, and let's paste it into our slide. I think we can make it even more simple by deleting this little top part, okay? So that we have only this simple looking shape. And now we can hold down the control key to make a quick copy of this test tube, okay? Because we'll need to have two test tubes. And now let's insert a rectangle. Let's make sure that it covers this first test tube, just like that. And now let's add a solid fill to this rectangle, and let's remove the outline. We don't need any outlines for this rectangle. And let's send it to back, just like that. Now let's make sure that the rectangle is selected, hold down the shift key, select the first test tube. Now let's go to merge shapes and let's choose subtract. And this way we have punched a hole inside of this rectangle, and this hole has the shape of the test tube. Okay, now for the second test tube, let's just place it on top just like that, so that we have this beautiful white outline of a test tube. Alright, and now let me show you how we can add some water, and to keep it simple, let me just insert one more rectangle, okay? So you can adjust the height of this rectangle according to your needs. Let's fill it with blue color, let's remove the outline, and let's send it to back. Just like that. Alright, so now we have the mask and we have some water. So in the selection pane, it's always a good practice to rename your objects. So let's call this rectangle mask, and this blue rectangle, let's call it water. Alright? So now for this purple rectangle, we can actually go to fill, and let's choose, instead of solid fill, let's choose slight background fill. So basically this mask becomes invisible. That's awesome. And now for the water rectangle, let's insert a flying animation. Here it is, direction from bottom, looking good. Okay, so for the duration, we can insert 2 seconds, and let's add a bounce end of 1.5 seconds, just for fun. Alright, and let's give it a preview. Congratulations my friends, now you know how you can create masked animations, so let's check it out once again on the full screen. And once I click, this water comes in bouncing from the bottom. Looking good. Okay. And in my original masked animation slide, as you can see, I have added a few more additional shapes. So we have some bubbles, we have this percentage 70, and we have some icons on the sides. So let me just select these two blue shapes at the bottom, and let me bring them upwards to the front so that you can see how they are looking. We have these two wavy shapes, one on the left, one on the right, and I have added some diagonal motion paths to bring them up and create this kind of wave look. Okay. Looking beautiful. And if you would like to learn more masked animation techniques, then I would recommend watching this video about animated charts in PowerPoint. Alright my friends, and now let's jump to the final animation, animation number 10. And it's all about 3D model animations in PowerPoint. So once you insert a 3D model into your slide, you get specific animations that are available only to 3D models. So let's find a new 3D model that we could use. Let's go to stock 3D models, okay. Let's go to Microsoft products, and let's try using this dark looking controller. Okay, let's click insert. Looking beautiful. let's rotate it a little bit, just like that, so that we can see the front, and we can use this handle in the middle to rotate this 3D model to any view that we want. And now, as you can see in the animation list, we're getting these new 3D model animations. So let's start with this arrive animation. So basically this arrive animation makes this controller fade in and spin at the same time. Looking awesome. Okay, so let's make sure that we select the controller and let's add one more animation, and this time let's try this turntable animation. Let's bring it upwards to the top of the list. Let's make sure it starts with previous, and let's reduce the duration to 10 seconds. So this controller appears and then it starts spinning. And now let's add one more animation to this 3D model. Let's go to add animation, and this time let's choose jump and turn. And let's make sure that this animation is triggered once we click on the 3D model itself. Okay, why not? Let's try it out. So once we click, the controller fades in, it spins. And once we click on the 3D model, it should jump and turn. Super duper awesome. Okay. And as you can see, the spinning has stopped. So let me check in the animation pane if we can make this spinning or this turntable continuous. Yes, here it is. Here is the option for continuous spinning. And now this controller should be spinning until the end of time. Okay, let's just check it out just for fun until it makes a full circle. Okay, it keeps on spinning. And whenever we click, this controller should be jumping into the air just like that. Congratulations, my friends, now you know how you can animate your 3D models. And if you'd like to learn more about 3D model animations, feel free to check out this video. What's awesome about this tutorial that I combined the zoom, the slide zoom feature, and the 3D models. So if you're interested in that, link is in the video description. Alright my friends, that was all for this tutorial. Now you know how you can create these beautiful top 10 animations to improve your PowerPoint presentations. Thank you for watching, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace.